Good morning, writers. Today we start a really exciting journey into our brand new Writer's Notebook. And I was thinking about how I'm going to set mine up this year and thinking about all the different stories that I could tell and all the different stories I could write about. And one of my favorite ways to start off and sort of begin my writing journey is to think about all the things that are near and dear to my heart. People, places, things that I like to do, foods that I like to eat, maybe special memories that I have. So today, writers, we are going to begin our writer's notebook by generating ideas and creating a writer's heart map. So I'm going to just tell you, generate is a fancy word for come up with. So writers like to come up with ideas before they even just really start writing their ideas. So today we're going to come up with some ideas. So I have my writer's notebook here. So far it's not so fancy. I'm going to make it nice, but right now it's just a notebook. And what I did is I started in my notebook, not on the very first page, but on the second page, and I just drew a heart. Okay? Because writing comes from the heart. Writers, when they write us these stories that we read, that we love, some of it comes from their own life and experiences that they had in their own life, and things that they like to do, people they like to see. So I'm going to start my heart today. And let me see here. I think I'm going to just start, I have some markers with me. I'm going to just start making little parts of my heart, little pieces of my heart with different things that I could maybe write a story about later. So one thing I'm going to definitely put in a big part of my heart is my daughter, Julia. And I'm just going to write her name like that. Right now, I'm not really even thinking about stories. There's so many different stories I could write about Julia. When she got stung by a sea urchin, when she first learned to walk. I mean, there's just so many different stories that I could write thinking about my daughter, Julia. All right, let me see. Another thing that I'm going to think about is I didn't grow up in New York. I grew up in Iowa, which is a state. It's in the middle of the United States. So I have lots of special memories of growing up in Iowa, and that's one of the places that's really special to me. And I could definitely write some stories about my life in Iowa. Let me think of one more thing here. So I could do people. I could do places, I could do things that I like to do. Ooh, that gave me an idea. Things I like to do. One thing I love to do is I love to ice skate. So I added that to my heart. So I love ice skating so much. I learned how to ice skate when I was a kid and in Iowa. And I learned on a pond, believe it or not. They don't really do pond skating anymore. So I could have lots of good stories from ice skating when I was younger, and then also teaching Julia how to ice skate as she grew up and was learning new things. So that's something that I could add to my heart. So I want you to take a minute, and I want you to get your notebook and make a heart. And I want you to try to think about right now maybe 2 or 3 things that you could put into your heart right now as you're thinking about stories that you could eventually write. Because remember, we're generating ideas. And remember, generating means we're coming up with ideas that we could maybe write stories about from our own life. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think about some things. If you don't have your notebook with you right now, that's fine. You could just jot it down in your head. and think about some ideas, some potential stories that you might be able to write. Let's get it right. Excellent. I hope you got a couple of ideas, and I can't wait to hear what some of your ideas are. I just thought about a couple of other things while you guys were working on that. I was thinking about ice cream. I love ice cream. And I have some funny stories that I could write about maybe overeating too much ice cream. And then I also thought about Prospect Park. It's like a special place that I like to go with my family. I got married in Prospect Park, so it's a really special place to me. So today when you guys go off to work, I want you to really think about all the different things that you could have inside of your heart. Because remember, when writers start writing, they don't just sit down and just say, I'm going to write a story about Julia. They think about which story they want to write about, the special things in their heart, and then how are they going to tell it. So today when you go off and you work on your map of your heart, I want you to think about all the things that are special to you, the people, the places, the foods, anything that you like to do, hobbies that you like to do, and I want you to make your heart with your stories that you could possibly tell. And I can't wait to see them tomorrow, and I hope you all have a great time making the map of your heart. Thank you.